Welcome to Behind the Veil. I'm Daphne. I will be your host and guide through the journey of weddings, faith, and marriage. Get ready to go behind the veil. Guys, I'm really excited about this episode today because we have a beautiful couple, Ben and Tracy, who recently got engaged, and they are here to take us through the planning process of their wedding. Now, I know that with many, wedding podcasts, people would usually come after they've, gone through all the wedding planning process, and then they're now looking back and telling you about what happened. But I wanted to do something a little different and bring you guys along with a couple who are currently in the thick of it. So for them to take us through the highs, the lows, and everything in between. Now, hi, Ben and Tracy. How are you guys doing?
Fine, thank you. I'm not too bad. How are you, Daph?
I'm good, thank you. I'm really, really happy to have you guys on with me today. And I'm really excited to go through, some really interesting conversations.
Sure.
But before we get into that, of course, just to loosen everyone up a little bit, let's play a little game of Would You Rather? Would you rather? Okay, right. Let's get that started. Now, would you rather someone wore a white wedding dress at your wedding, right? Or someone got proposed to at your wedding?
I'll let you go first.
Would you rather someone wearing white at your wedding or someone getting proposed to at your wedding?
I think they're both violations. Why would you do that?
You've got to choose.
Okay, white. I'm guessing I wouldn't mind going for white. Because it's like, okay, you're wearing the white wedding dress. Life goes on. Not a white wedding dress, white dress, right?
A white dress.
Okay,
white
cool.
Dress.
Yeah, nah, I think I'll be more calm with that than proposal because that's just rude.
Yeah.
That's disrespectful. Don't do that.
There we have it. And then, Ben, what would you say? Like, if you had to choose?
Rather you wear a white dress because at least you can blend in with the crowd. But if you're coming to propose, you're coming to steal the shine of the day. Like,
I paid money for my day.
Yeah, that's even more. But that's a disrespect. But
Yeah, hundreds.
nobody better try that.
Now, we've heard it live. Nobody should try and do proposal at their wedding.
No way.
Okay, would you rather have your photographer cancel last minute or have your dress ruined at the very last minute? Your dress or your tux?
When we say ruined.
Do you know what? I'd rather the photographer cancel last minute because
Yeah.
you can still, we still got BTS Maven.
Do you know what I mean? I was just about to say that.
Yeah, still got BTS Maven.
Yeah.
There's other means like to actually capture the day. So it wouldn't be the end of it. But if my tux or the dress gets ruined, it's like where do you even go from there?
Yeah.
That's the end.
Yeah.
I'd cry.
Lovely. Okay, so that will be it for the Would You Rather. And as the couple mentioned, they will be having BTS Maven at their wedding, which is myself. I'll be doing all the wedding content creation for their wedding day. So I'm really looking forward to that. So let's jump right into just getting to know a little bit about you guys as a couple. So how long have you guys been together? When was the proposal? All of that good stuff.
Do you wanna?
Yeah, sure, I'll go. So we've been together for about just over 2 years now.
Yeah.
Been together for almost 2 years now, and a proposal was in September 2023. So that's been about 4 months now, if my maths is correct.
4 months.
Yeah, about 4 months now. So it's not been too long, but I'm happy, and it's been a great journey so far, and looking forward to what the future holds as well.
Yeah.
Sounds. Oh, you guys look all lovey-dovey. Look at them looking into each other's eyes. If you guys are watching, you will see that they're looking into each other's eyes. But for those of you listening, they are looking.
We're looking.
They're looking. Lovely. Okay, so I know that obviously when it comes to weddings, I recently got married myself. I went through that whole wedding planning process, and I know how much of a headache it can be, but I also know that there are highs and lows. And this is like why we're doing this episode, to kind of just look into that. So just starting off, I want to start off on the high points. Tell me about some of like the things that you guys have experienced so far within the wedding planning process that's been like, yeah, this is fantastic. It's making you even looking more forward to getting married.
I think it's just, we're talking about this before. I think it's just like going to the venues and just like viewing them and stuff like that. It's just like, oh my gosh, this is actually happening. And I remember when we viewed our first one was the one I was like, no, we're having it. I don't want to see you nowhere else. And my mind is set. And like, I was even like, I'm gonna vlog this. That's not happening. I didn't have time. But yeah, that whole process of just viewing, it's like you're trying to like imagine what it would be like with everyone there, and just bringing the family together as well, like everyone bringing their different ideas, even though sometimes it can clash, but everyone bringing their ideas of what they think could help and stuff like that. I think it's fun. Like everyone just seems so excited.
I'll probably say it's just like like having a major project with like your best friend. It's like you know, it's something that I encourage, and of course it's just like I said, there's so many things that you learn about each other, just being on the journey with one another, like Tracy mentioned, even like going to view venues and stuff like that. It's like, you know, you don't actually deep how fun it actually is, just traveling, even the journey to the venues, looking at them, trying to imagine, you know, what the day is going to be like in different various venues. And it's honestly just been amazing. And even like just like contacting vendors and just trying new things out, seeing and like trying to imagine how things will be. It's like, that's probably been like the high point. It's just been amazing. Like honestly, it's just been a great journey. And honestly, like I said, it's been a great project, man.
I think that's one thing about weddings. Like that's the time where both of you have to come together and actually work on this big project, because it's about the both of you. So that's always fun. I love that. That's really interesting. You mentioned that obviously the first venue that you saw, that's the one that you were like, you were all set on that. What made you change your mind?
Do you want the truth?
The truth, nothing but the truth.
At first, I wanted, it was Chigwa Maki, and I think one of the members from church had already had their wedding there before, and I was just like, this place I love it. So we went to view, we saw the site, and I was just like, this place is banging, and I was just like, my mind is set. Our mums went with us, and they were set on like, you know, so it was like everyone was just happy. But it's like I could tell Ben was just like, yeah, I'm happy, but he didn't seem all the way happy. So I was just like, okay, what's the problem?
What again?
What is it now?
Do you know what it was? It was just more because I was just thinking more about the bigger picture, you see. So it was like, as much as the venue was nice and it was dreamy and everything that we wanted, I also had to think about what we're actually looking forward to is not just the wedding, but obviously the marriage as well. And committing that much money towards that venue, it would have been an insane decision to make. Like if you take everything into consideration. So it wasn't that I didn't like the venue. I did like the venue, but it was just more, I'm just thinking, it's a big venue. We're thinking about how much the decor was going to cost. So forth. So it was just like, I do like it, but let's see what other places are saying. Because it was almost like we got there and then it's like, our hearts, well, her heart was set on it. So I think that was just like something that I just had in the back of my mind. Like, this venue's nice, everyone loves it, but let's see us try and assess other options as well and see.
Okay, so that was like the very first venue that you went to look at. So then Tracy, what was your response to that? Because obviously you were saying like this is somewhere that you were set on, and then Ben is like, babe, we need to consider the costs. So how did that make you feel, and how did you guys kind of navigate that?
It took me a moment, but then I thought, okay, cool. Like I feel like as girls we're just so, not that we're only set on the wedding, but I feel like every girl has always wanted to get married, always wanted their dream wedding and stuff like that. And of course the marriage is important. But also the wedding is important.
I get it.
Like to girls, like it's also very important to us. So I was just kind of thinking like, this is amazing. And when he's like, I take no's hard, especially from Ben. So it's like, okay, cool. It's not like I was upset for like a month or so. It was kind of like, okay, cool. I'm upset for now I think I was upset for like a couple of days and that's it. And then it was just kind of like, you have to see the bigger picture. Like if we're actually thinking about it, that place was massive, and the amount of decor that you'd have to do, like we're talking, it's gonna go over 10k. It's gonna be a lot of money. Do you get it? So we're thinking, okay, how are we gonna invest that amount of money into something else if we change the venue and stuff like that? So it took me a moment, but I get it, and I guess that's why like God always puts a rational person in your life, like in terms of him being a man and stuff like that.
I'll take that.
Like he has to. I mean, like obviously decisions, we take it to God, and obviously I want to hear from him and what he's saying as well. And I thank God that he was able to make that decision, because normally he would just be like, whatever you want, like, you know, whatever makes you happy. But he put his foot down. He's like, nah, bro, we're gonna be broke if we don't do this properly.
You know, I love that because us as girls, like you said, this is like a day that you've been dreaming about, and you have all these extravagant ideas. I want this, I want something flying from the sky, this is that and the third. But it's good to have that person that's like telling you, you know what, we need to think about, you know, the decisions.
If it was just me,
it would be an affair. Okay, fantastic. Now that you've like mentioned like a little bit about obviously costs, wedding costs and stuff like that, what is your wedding budget, if you don't mind me asking?
We were asked this the other day as well, weren't we? We were just kind of like, I don't think we have a budget. Not even, not like we have all the money in the world, but you know, in Jesus' name. But I think it was just more so like, actually, I think in our heads we had a small budget. Yeah. But we weren't set on the budget. We just said, okay, we're not going over this certain amount. And the thing is that we are so blessed to have we have a massive family and everyone's literally helping out. I'm the only child, so it's kind of like, mummy's like, I'll pay for it. Don't worry, just relax, I'll pay for it. So it's kind of like, we kind of took on like certain jobs. We're like, okay, we're paying for, what are we paying for?
We're paying for like things like decor, all the entertainment. Yeah. We're covering that. Catering, I believe. No,
we're not covering catering. We're not doing it.
But yeah, pretty much entertainment, decor. Which is still stacks up anyway. Yeah, stacks up. So like, in terms of our budget, we're looking at probably around close to 15k. 15. Yeah, close to 15k.
For the both of you, or is that with what the family?
For us two together.
Us two together. So that's including trad and white wedding. Yeah. Just in case you think it's just white wedding.
Yeah. That's including both. So like that Tracy said, if we're blessed to have like support from our family. Yeah. Which obviously has made things a lot easier, and it's helped as well because, you know, Madame here has a dream, you know, so it's like it's helped to like obviously we're not, like we mentioned about the venue, there's certain things that we're going to miss out on, but we're still God willing be able to have certain things in place to obviously make the day as special as it can be. So
and I think we even came to a compromise as well. It was kind of like, he said, listen, you might not get your dream venue, but the decor, you can do whatever you want to do. But obviously, there's also a budget. Within that. There's also a budget. But I was just kind of like, okay, I can work with that.
No, that makes sense. Okay. It's always good to obviously work within a budget. I think that's... weddings, it can... it can cost.
It stacks up. The invoices.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's every a lot. Day. So then, Ben, in terms of like you even telling her, you know that she had like this dream of like the wedding that she wants to have, and then you had to be the one to rain on her parade and be like, babe, no. Like, how did that make you feel?
Do you know what? It was tough at first, but what's helped me is that I've got a lot of like brothers around. So brothers as in not blood, but I've got blood brother, but I've got brothers that have recently been married and stuff. So I've had a lot of conversations with them as well, and obviously they've been through similar situations with certain things as well. So just being able to just seek that wise counsel and obviously just ask them, because I'm not a confrontational person. I don't like problems. I want peace.
Always.
So it was like I knew that me coming to say, we can't have this, it's gonna, you know, dampen the parade. But what I did is that, rather than just saying, no, we can't have this, I said no, but we can have this. So I had an alternative ready, rather than just saying, no, we can't have this and that's it, then we're back to square one looking for a venue. So it's like, I came to her with a solution rather than just, you know, killing the dream. But so it was tough. I'm not gonna lie, because I don't want to be the one that's making anyone upset or trying to, you know, like you said, just damage anyone's dream or anything. So I just want to bring happiness. So that made it a lot easier. Like I said, just having people around me and just the advice that they were giving me in regards to what steps I should take, and obviously just thinking, okay, if you're gonna come and say no, don't just say no and be empty-handed. Say no and have something to offer as well. So that obviously made things a lot easier, and I think it's probably it's made her take it easier.
And I think even with just like coming up with different options, he came up with an option, like he was just giving me different venues. At first I was just like, no. it's not gonna cut it. It's not chicken.
It's not the one.
That's not what I want.
Yeah.
But I think there was I think one day he was just like, I found this venue, look for it, what do you think? And I was just like, okay, cool. And I looked at it and I was just like, okay, we can work with it, and we're not gonna need too much decor because it looks done up already, right? And what's weird is that I felt like I trusted him so much that he went to view the venue and he put the deposit down. So I never went to see the venue before. So I was just sitting there like, wow, Tracy, God is really working in you.
We love that.
Wow. So I mean, he went with my mom, your mom, and your dad as well. And I know that can be really stressful as well because those women, they can drive you crazy, but with love. But like I just said, okay, cool. Like put the deposit down for the venue. I didn't see it. I went to go see it like 2-3 months after.
Okay.
But it was just like, okay, I trust him. This is like Don't Tell the Bride. Is that
Don't Tell the Bride, but venue edition.
Venue edition.
Venue edition.
You don't watch it.
Is it Don't Tell the Bride?
Is it Don't Tell?
The BBC Three.
Yeah, no, it is Don't Tell the Bride. Where the guy plans the wedding?
Yeah.
And then the lady doesn't.
And then she just pops up and then
she pops up.
Yeah.
It is Don't Tell the Bride. I think.
Hey, Don't Tell the Bride.
Yeah.
Not sponsored.
You know?
Not sponsored.
So in terms of, I know that when I got engaged, I already started planning my wedding way before. When did you start planning your wedding? Because
like 7, when I was 7 years old. He just stepped into the picture and ruined everything.
Wow.
I'm joking.
Not 7.
I mean like not 7, but obviously like my taste when I was 7 is different from my taste now. But I think we started actually like talking about weddings and preparing when we actually started like dating. Like as soon as we said we like each other, we said, okay, so what's the wedding gonna be like? It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be so much fun. So kind of thing. We started way before. Obviously, we didn't plan every day. I think it was mostly the end of not last year, sorry, we're in 2024. 2022 is when we started like, okay, let's look around for this. What would we want in it? And we're always watching weddings and stuff like that, trying to get different ideas. So we started end of 2022, I'd say. That was small, cute planning. It was, I would say, proper planning started in June. When did we do knocking? June
2023.
June 2023, yeah.
That's when it properly started,
Yeah.
Okay.
When we knuckled our heads down and said we need to do this.
I love how you mentioned that as soon as you said you like each other, you started kind of thinking about the wedding. How did you both know that, this is the person that I would want to be with? What made you so sure that at the moment that you decided that, we're now boyfriend and girlfriend, but actually we're just working towards marriage? Like what,
you know what, the truth is that me even making a decision to make her my girlfriend, there's no way out, because
I love that.
because our families already know each other. So it was like me even taking that step, it's like it only has to end in one thing, which is marriage. It can't just be something that just ends and then, because it just make things awkward. And like I said, we did have a relationship before, we were friends before, close friends, best friends, as you would say. So it was like, it's either it ends in marriage or there is no relationship. So it was like, and even that aside, like, I genuinely love her, innit? So it was like,
oh, Ben.
Small. But it was just like, the things that I saw, this is my perspective, you can say yours afterwards. The things that I saw, like, in her was things that I've always wanted. But it's crazy because she's always been there. But it was like, I didn't see it because I guess I didn't get to know her in that level. So it was almost like from the get-go, we just knew that, the intention was marriage. And obviously as Christians as well, we're not trying to just date and then it just, we're not doing trial and error here. We're actually,
we're doing trying and success.
I love that.
Trying and success. So
trying and success.
Trying and success. So that was the end goal at the end of the day.
I think for me, knowing that, is it that knowing he was the one? Knowing he was the one. I remember like we were going like through ups and downs as you do in life. And I actually remember on Monday when we were in prayers, Elder Lawrence was like, when you're praying to God, some people just do the praying, you don't wait for God to like speak to you. And then it got like, I started thinking, is there anything that I pray to God and he's actually like told me like, yes, like this is your answer.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, there was one time that we were just going through ups and downs, and I was just like God, like, is this guy even meant to be mine? Like, I was like, I don't want to wait anymore. I don't want to do this anymore, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like I could hear God saying, obviously not through my ears, spiritual ears, let's say. And it was just like, yes, he's the one. Just wait. And then that just sealed it for me. But then I was just like, I don't want to wait. Hurry up.
We do get a little impatient.
Do you get it? But that was it. I was just like, yeah, nah, it's him. So if I'm talking weddings or anything, like, I just know he's the one. There's no doubt in my mind that he's the one. So yeah.
That's amazing. That's beautiful to hear. Oh, I love that. No, it's reminding me of when I got together with my now husband. I remember when he was asking me to be his girlfriend, I was like, bro, you asking me to be your girlfriend basically is you asking me to marry you.
Period.
That's literally, I have no time to play games.
No.
And I love that. I love that you guys knew from the onset that, this is my person. That's lovely. So yeah, we've spoken a little bit about just a few different things, but I want to also get into like the nitty-gritty of wedding planning. Let's look at navigating some of the challenges that you guys have experienced through your wedding planning so far, because they're still in the thick of it. And then hopefully we will bring you back after everything is done. You're now married. We can have another conversation. To just look at how married life is and all of that. But yeah, tell me some of like the challenges that you guys have experienced during wedding planning that people can kind of learn from.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I think the first thing is comparison. That's just a challenge that I think sometimes you don't even realise you're doing it. Obviously, we live in an age where social media, a lot of people are doing things for social media or for the approval of others. And I think that's something that, it can become a challenge. I wouldn't say it has been a challenge for us, but I think maybe in some aspects it almost became a challenge in terms of, wanting things to be big and extravagant. Why? Because, it's going to look good and, it's going to be all over social media, but that's not what it is. And I think it says in Galatians 1:10 about how if you are seeking people's approval, how can you essentially be a child of God? So like being as a child of God, it's like, who am I actually trying to prove, people or our maker? So it was almost like just being able to have that mindset and just to understand that, okay, cool, everything that we're doing is for the glory of God. It's not for the glory of man. It's not to make ourselves look any better. And you hear that cliche phrase, comparison is the thief of joy. We don't want joy to be missing from this process. We don't want joy to be missing from anything. So it's like just enjoying it and understanding, cutting our coat according to our size and doing things that will not essentially stretch us too much, but still make us happy. That's been something that a challenge that in our minds and even in terms of actually just making decisions has been there, but I think we've navigated it well so far, and God willing in the next few months and so forth is a challenge that we will navigate and overcome.
Tracy,
I think I have to second that on the comparing and stuff like that. I think there was a point where like during the wedding season era, I don't know when that era was, like during summer or whatever, I feel like I think it was on TikTok or Instagram, one of them, there was a lot on like everyone saying, oh, we want to go for like the really small weddings. I'm seeing people inviting like 20 people to the wedding, and I was just like, how will I come and pick 20 people? My whole family is 20. And it was just kind of like, oh, how am I gonna make it like that? How am I gonna make it simplistic? How am I like? And then I just kind of sat back and thought, that's not who I am. We don't want it like extra, but we want a good amount of people according to our budget, and according to like how we are as well. We don't want to, how we are wants to be shown in the wedding as well. So like I know that I'm not extra, but I know that I'm extra. I like me, I want my flowers to be flowering, in my budget. But like knowing what I want and not what I've seen. So,
and making that become what you want.
Exactly, because at the end of the day, if I go home and I'm looking at the pictures and stuff like that, I'm going to be like, oh, that's not what I wanted. And I think that was something that happened as well with my my wedding dress. I'm getting it made in Ghana. And the first time I was like, I'm going to make my wedding dress. I wanted like a nice, like satin, like kind of wedding dress, like, simple, do you know what I mean? But still a bit like extra like I am. But, and then I was talking to like think I was even talking to your sister or my mom. They were like, it needs to be more extra. I said, yeah. So I'm like, okay, let me add gems, let me add this, let me add that. And then it was only like a couple of days ago, and I was just like, I don't like this dress. This is not me.
Yeah.
So I spoke to the designer, and then we got to somewhere like, and I was just like, yeah, that's perfect. And I kept saying to him like, you're gonna love this wedding dress. You're gonna love it, kind of thing. So it was just kind of like me listening to what I want. Obviously what God wants as well, but like how I would want things and what would make me happy, and that when we look back we're happy with the whole thing. And I think another challenge would be hearing each other's opinion on things, because I feel like maybe for other couples a lot of the times like the woman brings up the idea and then the guy's like, yeah, go for it, or they're not really,
they're very laissez-faire.
Like, oh, here's the money. Go on.
That's their contribution.
Yeah, exactly.
The money.
But with Ben, he's very into it. So, like, oh, babe, I wanna, like, let's do it like this. Let's do it like that. So it's like hearing his opinion, which I really appreciate because he's very interactive. But then it can be like, for me, I'm like, no, but I want it how I want it.
Yeah.
You just
it's
came into
my day.
It's my day.
It's Tracy's day featuring Ben.
You get it? You're just an addition. But the thing is, it's not like that because it's his day as well. So, it can be challenging sometimes, but I feel like we're still, that's what happens in teamwork, innit? Sometimes you clash, sometimes you make up and you just get on with it. And
and that's why healthy communication is important. Just being able to just understand each other's, because again, even though we're getting married, we're still two different people, two different opinions that are coming together. So there is obviously going to be that clash of opinions and, trying to get things right. And even on the opinions thing, I think that's another challenge as well, is that we've got a lot of voices around us, family, friends, so forth, and everyone wants to chip in, and obviously harmlessly, like everyone wants to
we love you guys,
we love you guys, and obviously, but I think sometimes it can become a bit overwhelming for us, because it's like we know what we want, and it's like, as much as we respect what you say, it's not what we want. So it's like
respectfully
no. So I think everyone experiences that challenge. Like everyone that I've spoken to that's been through this process has said that one of the main challenges is opinions from the outside, and opinions from family and so forth. So it's something that again is still navigating, and also being able to say no, or in a respectful manner, because you don't want to disrespect anyone. So just being able to just handle opinions and handle each other's opinions and try and make this process as smooth and peaceful as possible.
I think that having so many voices as well can also kind of challenge you in terms of decision making. It makes decision making so much harder. And you start comparing, like you said. No, that's interesting. So in terms of, I guess, advice for those that are currently like experiencing those similar kind of feelings in terms of listening to people's opinions, there is that comparison, looking at social media, because everybody's now getting married and they're thinking it needs to look good because it's going to go on social media. What advice would you give them? I know that you guys are still kind of navigating that, but what have you learned so far that you can kind of impart?
I think for me, again, I'm going to come from, again, being a Christian, is the advice I'll give you is that there's only one voice that matters, and that's the voice of God. As much as there's going to be so many voices around you, you got to have and put all your trust and faith in God. And again, it says in Proverbs 3:5-6 that trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Submit all your plans to Him and He will direct your path. So it's like just being able to, again, lean on God, lean on the Word, be prayerful, just understand that there's one voice that's going to direct everything you're going to do. So even in the midst of chaos, there is, there's a calming presence, which is God. So it's like just being able to just have that, I want to say mentality, but more just being able to submit all everything to Him, just makes things a lot easier. Again, it's not as easy as it sounds, because as much as I'm saying it, I don't do it all the time. Sometimes it's difficult, but just being able to just know and identify that, okay, cool, some of these things that are happening around us, like the voices and opinions, they're just people that are trying to help. But God, what do you want? What do you want from this process? What do you want from this marriage? What do you want from the wedding? And just being able to just be in a place to understand and know what God wants from us.
And I think our theme, I feel like that has been going on, is we keep saying Christ is our firm foundation. So we keep finding songs like Christ is our firm foundation.
Yeah.
And what was the other one?
There's
It's a rock for me.
Pentecost.
Everything is like we're leaning on God.
Yeah.
Wedding planning is all on God. Like, this is all in God's hands, and it's just like, this is just, the wedding is just a small foundation, and then it's marriage. So it's like, again, leaning on God, building everything, your plans and everything like that on God, because like, rain or shine, your house is not moving, especially if it's on God. And I feel like you need to know what you want as well. Like, you know, you have something, you have a vision, you have something that you want to do. Know what you want and stand firm in what you want as well, as long as it's rational. We're not saying don't come and now hear from other people. No. Because there's people you need, like my maid of honor, like, big you up, because sometimes, you know, I know what I want, but I don't know how to express what I want, and then I go to my maid of honor, she's like, she knows exactly what I'm trying to say, and then she'll be able to voice it. But know what you want, so that when you know, a lot of opinions are coming and stuff like that, you don't waver from what you've said that you wanted. And again, like I said, it's like, at the end of the day, you're the ones that are going to look back at your pictures, your videos. Do you want to cry when you look at them, or you want to laugh when you look at them? So it's all gonna work out. I think, even in where we are right now, we're in the middle.
Right.
Here we are in the middle. So it's all gonna work out, and we just hold on to God for that, to be quite honest. And
no, that's great. I think you guys have already started talking about, I guess, the faith aspect, and that is what I wanted to kind of touch on. How is your faith kind of helping you during your wedding planning process? Let's talk to that. How are you guys navigating? How are you including God in your planning process, and what does that look like?
I'll go first. I think with that, we do a lot of we've got marriage counselling with church. Obviously, there's been a lot of things that's going on in church. We've had many events, so it's kind of been put on pause for now. But we do have our pastor there. We also have Pastor Richard all the way in Singapore. Like, we've got people like leading us, and I feel like it's the most important thing, just leaning on their wise counsel and stuff like that. And I feel like me and Ben have already known that marriage it's not just marriage. It's like, it's a covenant between myself and you and God. So it's like, we have to prepare ourselves spiritually. Anything can happen, because marriage is a gift from God, is a thing from God, is a covenant from God. And it's a thing where the devil wants to destroy something like that. And myself, being the woman, we're always leaning on Ephesians 5, where it's talking about Christ and the bride, and how the man is the head of the household and stuff like that. So I'm kind of like, okay, God, what do you want from me as a woman? How can you prepare me as a woman? What do I need to do? So I'm just leaning on him, like, lead me. Lead me to be a better wife, like, not even a better wife, I'm not even there, but
I mean, to be a wife.
Do you get it? Lead me to be a wife. How can I support Ben? How can I be there for him? Like, or even just like finding time to pray. It hasn't been easy, but it's like, sometimes we don't even set days to pray. Sometimes it's just like, we can just be chilling. I'm just like, oh Lord, you're so good, and we just start praying. And I feel like prayer is a massive thing. We have prayers Mondays, what always going, but prayer is key. Going into marriage, like, I don't know what we're gonna be facing, but I'm always praying, like, the Lord of hosts, go before me. Do you get it? I don't know what's there, but you better go find my battles. But like, being intentional in this whole process and knowing that marriage is like, it's not an earthly thing. Well, kind of is for the earth, but it's spiritual. It's deep, man.
It's God ordained.
It's God ordained. And we've always said, like, our love was ordained before the world began. So moist.
No, I love it.
But if something's ordained by God, we need to sustain it by keeping with him and keeping in his word and in prayer as well. So it's not easy.
It's not easy, but I think just to answer your question in regards to faith and this whole process, I think even as a man, just preparing myself to get into the role as a husband, my faith is probably the most important thing that's going to help me get me there. Understanding the word, understanding what it says in scripture, like even where it says that husbands loving your wives as Christ loved the church. Like, you know, it's
what does that mean?
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Breaking it down.
What are you talking about?
Like, it's like even when I'm reading, I'm just thinking, can I do that?
Yeah.
But it's like, if Christ, this is the example Christ has set, so it's like we have to follow that example. So just preparing myself to just even get into that position. Where I feel like, you know, when I speak to a lot of people as well, like, that have been married for years and years, they're like, you know, marriage throws so many curveballs that sometimes you even think, how are you going to do this?
Yeah.
But even just being able to just having that, I've mentioned it again, but having joy in chaos. Yeah. And that's something I feel like my faith will bring and I can bring as well. So just, being able to just navigate this whole process, navigate marriage. And faith is the rock. It's the rock, is our firm foundation. And without it,
Wahala.
Yeah. No, I absolutely understand. So you said that you guys were doing marriage counselling. How many sessions have you had so far?
I don't even know.
I think it's less than 5. We've had less
It's
than 5.
less
Okay.
than
How
five.
have you guys been finding it?
No, it's been really good, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, big up Pastor Alex. It's really good because I think, just again, coming from a place where I don't really understand. Well, I do understand what marriage is, but even delving deeper into it and being taught about what marriage entails, it's like it's fascinating, honestly. And what I've just learned, just like everything that I've learned so far, just the breaking down of scripture, like even in Genesis, just understanding why God made woman for man, just breaking it down. And even it's just honestly, it's just been really great. And I think there's more to come. Obviously, there's more to come, and you know, I'm just looking forward to the sessions that are going to come later on this year, and just being educated and understanding what marriage is.
Yeah. And I think as well what helps is that we're both from Christian households. His dad's an elder. Not so much my dad, but but it's like just seeing our parents and how they have been married and the advice that they give us as well. His dad, Ace, like, can pull up anything from the Bible and just tell you how it is, and you can see it in their relationship as well, which is so nice to see. I love talking to his dad, but you know, sometimes they just switch off. But he can go on. But like he gives so much like advice, and he's also a part of the marriage committee as well, so it's like
so he knows
another counselling session. But like we take advice literally not from anybody, but those that are close to us. We take those that have just got married or about to be married, been married for 100 years.
Even those that are going through the process.
Do you get it? Like, it's so nice to see, like, just so nice to see marriage, like kingdom marriage. But yeah, it's really good. We're looking forward to more counselling sessions.
So it's something that you would recommend from what I
100%.
Yeah, you need wisdom in counselling.
100%, as much wise counsel as possible, advise it, because again, marriage is just like I know people that have been married for like 5 years plus, and they still say like they would go through counselling again, not because there's been issues in their marriage, but it's just that educative piece where you're just still learning
that wisdom,
wisdom and learn, because like I said, marriage is something that, again, there's going to be so many circumstances and ups and downs that happen that you're not prepared for. So almost just being able to just prepared for them in advance is obviously what's going to help your marriage be successful. So
And I think my manager actually, she was like, "Oh, are you prepared?" And I was like, "I don't think you can be prepared for marriage. Same way you can't like you can't be prepared to become a parent because you don't know what's going to be thrown at you. I don't know I can only be prepared so much. But the preparation is preparing.
It's always going to be like ongoing. There's always 100%. Things that you can learn and pick up on. So even those that are already married, there's still things that they're learning.
Still learning.
So we need all the wisdom
100%.
that we can get. No, that's fantastic. That's good to hear. Now, can you tell me, I think we're just going to round up a little bit. Any surprises like through like your wedding planning, anything that you have experienced that you're like, I did not see that coming, or I did not expect that? Are there any things that you've seen within wedding planning that you're like, this is not what they told me it was going to be like?
Wedding planning is expensive.
Damn.
It's expensive, man. Like, it's actually like, I think I was told and I knew, but being in the thick of it, it's like
into the thick of it.
Like, some of the things, like even just hearing how much flowers cost, like, cake, I'm like,
Yeah.
like, why?
Why not?
Why? Like, it's insane. But I think that's probably been, for me, I guess, as a guy, again, because, you know, I haven't been planning my wedding since I was 7. So it's like, even just being involved in the process of just being like, whoa, like, why is that so expensive? Like, why does it cost this much? But I guess it's, you know, it is part and parcel of what the wedding industry is right now. And, you know, everyone wants, you know, their wedding to be nice and everything. So it's just, that's probably been, for me, the biggest surprise. The biggest surprise.
Okay.
You say the same.
Yeah. Ooh, the invoice. I'm telling you, the invoices hit hard.
Yeah.
It's not even just like not even just in terms of like affordability. It's just like can we have a month no invoice, please?
Yeah.
Like it's like I never knew like decor. My goodness.
Yeah, expensive.
That took me by surprise. We went into it's a decor company called First Impressions, and it's really good. That's the one we're using.
That's a plug.
Listen, they're brilliant. So like he has a warehouse, and we just walked in. We're just like, oh my god.
Yeah, you get to see and experience
amazing.
it. Yeah.
So he was just like, oh, what you want? I was like, I want this. I want that. I want this. And then we sat down. I was like, so how much is it? He's like, oh, it's looking around like 10K. I said, hey.
Eesh.
And like when he said it's like, it's normal.
It was normal, yeah.
Are you sure? Like, can you double check, please?
And then I said, okay, maybe we don't need that anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's crazy expensive. Like, you'll be finding, even wedding shoes. I was talking to my maid of honor about it the other day, and I wanted just a small, cute heel. And she's like, how much is that? I was like, it's looking like 100 and something. I said, why is it expensive? I think it's just because it's got bridal.
Anything bridal.
Pricey.
And so I can find white shoes anywhere. Like
ASOS.
Bruh.
As well, another surprise, and this is more positive note, it's the love that we've been shown.
I was just about to say that.
Honestly, like, it's insane. Like, honestly, like, from the moment people like around us noticed that, okay, cool, it's leading to marriage, I think it's brought us closer to a lot of people. People that have been through similar situations, or just people that are just genuinely just happy for us and just showing us a lot of love. There's been a lot of prayers happening around us, a lot of wise counsel. So I feel like I can go to so many people now. Like, I'm not by myself. You know what I mean? Especially as a man, sometimes you can just collate things in your mind and not know how to express it. But being able to just go and call someone or speak to someone at church and just express how I feel, and they're just like, yeah, bro, I know how you feel. It's like, it's honestly such an amazing feeling to have, knowing that I've got so many people and we've got so many people there. Our family has been so supportive as well. So honestly, it surprised me, not because, you know, I thought people would be, you know, negative or whatever, but it's just like,
you've heard
it's very experience, and it's an overwhelming love as well. So it's like, I love it.
And it makes the guest list harder. You just realise, wow, there's so many nice people. Like, oh, can we put them down? We're just like, oh, that just goes over our limit a little bit. But if we could invite literally everyone, we would. Like, but obviously we have to think rationally, don't we? But the love has been insane. And I think even just looking at when other people were explaining as well, in terms of, oh, you're going to know like who your friends are and who aren't your friends. I can say we still have a while to go, but by God's grace, all my people are calm. Like, they're still loving. And I do rebuke any sort of negativity, because it's not coming my way. Not for my wedding, darling, no way. But that love will continue, like, in Jesus' name.
No, that's amazing. I think support is always what's needed. I was having a conversation recently with someone in regards to like wedding planning, and they're like, you need that support, and this is obviously the one time that all the attention will be on you. So it's amazing that you guys are feeling that overwhelming love, because it's necessary in the midst of certain things that won't go right. To know that you have that loving people to lean on is honestly amazing. What has your experience been with like dealing with vendors and stuff like that?
Honestly, vendors they've been calm. I think again, because there's been a lot of like research before we go like and approach a vendor. Again, we like I said, we watch wedding videos, and we know, we've almost known what we wanted from the get-go. So again, it's like, even if say we can't get the first choice, we know where to go
Yeah,
next.
you've got a
Essentially, so
secondary one.
again,
Yeah.
all the vendors that we've gone for and that I've gone for have been amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
like let me just shout out, like BTS Maven again. Plug it. Again, been amazing, honestly. So it's like, again, it's just we haven't had any trouble with vendors, but again, God willing, everything goes well.
Yeah.
And we commit everything into God's hands.
Yeah. I think there's just one person. It was the venue, like, because they do decor as well.
Yeah.
And the girls' vibes was just like, I don't like it. I'm not using it. Like, it just seems so off. And I feel like I'm very attention to detail when it comes to attitude and vibes. Yeah. So every single vendor has just been vibes. Like, we thank God. Like, everyone, I can tell that, the day I also want you to enjoy the wedding. So do you get it? But it was just that girl. I was just like, I don't want no off vibes.
Yeah. No, it's important.
I literally said, you're cancelled. No.
Oh, God.
You're not coming to my wedding.
No, like, I don't want you there. I don't want negativity.
Yeah.
But I think it was just that, but everyone's been so good. So good.
No, I'm glad to hear that you guys are having such a great experience. And
and
it's usually like you would hear all the negativity usually about around wedding planning, but obviously you guys are still at the beginning of it. Some people might say, just hold on a little bit longer. Wait until you're even more in the thick of it to experience it. But I pray that will not be the case for you guys, that you guys will have a different story. But thank you guys for coming on Behind the Veil with BTS Maven. It's been lovely speaking with you guys, and I look forward to capturing your wedding day, doing wedding day content creation for you guys.
You will enjoy the day.
I know I will. September, I'm counting down the months. Yeah. So looking forward to that, and also looking forward to bringing you guys back after you guys have crossed over to the other side, as I like to say, and then we can also delve into that, look at how marriage is going and all of that. But thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
Appreciate you guys.
You've been amazing.
Thank you for taking us behind the veil.
Yes.
And we shall see you next time.
Yes. Like and subscribe.
Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe and also stay connected with us on social media. Until next time, stay tuned for more glimpses behind the veil.